Hello guys, I decided to make this quick video tutorial for complete and absolute beginners on the OP-1. You have no idea how to use this thing, you have no idea what a chord even means, you don't even know what a tempo means, you are really a complete and absolute beginner. The OP-1 just arrived in the mailbox, you just open up the box and you have no idea how to begin. Well, I'm here to clarify that for you with some very basic, very simple, straightforward steps. Okay, I'm gonna assume that you know very basic stuff, like for example, how to turn on your OP-1. When you turn it on, you are probably going to be landing on a different screen. So basically what we're going to do is we are going to take you on a step-by-step guide here on how to create a simple 5-10 second song just to get you started, to get your creativity juices flowing. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to choose an instrument. And how do we do that? Well, if you see over here on the left side of your OP-1 here, this little squiggly line, this here is the synth engine button, or basically just your instruments button. Okay, if you press on this button, you're going to be brought to your instrument that you have selected here, that is active right now. Okay, if you have a look at these little buttons over here, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are actually the slots where you can save up your instruments. Okay, you're going to select some instruments and you're going to save them into these slots here, just to make them easier, just to make it easier for you to access them whenever you want. So basically how we're going to do that is by pressing on the instrument button over here, you're going to be on a similar screen like this. If your screen doesn't look exactly like this, it's okay, all is not lost. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to press on this number 1 over here, which is the first instrument here, the first slot that you have here to save your instrument. You are going to hold down Shift and you're going to press 1. When you do that, you're going to be on a similar screen. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to twist the blue knob like this all the way to the top. Okay, that's cluster. These blue items here are basically the names of the instruments that are available to you. And over here, these are just like the voices that each instrument can do, okay, in very basic terms. Okay, you're going to scroll down by twisting the little knob here clockwise, all the way down to a dimension over here. Okay, this dimension here. You're going to scroll down on the beige knob, all the way down to pianistic or pianistic here. Okay, now there's a few ways that we can get out of the screen. Okay, we can either press the beige knob here, which is going to put us back on the instrument screen, or we can press the slot that we are using, which is right now is number 1 here. So let's just do that. Okay, I'm going to press 1, boom, it's going to bring me back to my instrument that I have selected, which is the piano. Okay, basically what we're going to do is I'm going to show you this little button over here. Okay, this is your best friend on the OP-1. If you press and hold this thing, it's going to show you a lot of stuff. For example, over here it shows the battery level of your OP-1. Okay, the higher the better. And over here in the middle, which is most important, there's a number 1 here and the name of my instrument. Number 1 means that I am right now on instrument number 1 right here. Okay, and pianistic is the name of my instrument. Okay, if I change my instrument over here, you see the name and the number changes. Okay, so this little button over here, wherever you are in any screen that you are in on the OP-1, if you press and hold this, it's going to tell you exactly where you are. Okay, so use this thing. If you press on this little button here, okay, this right here is the tape button. Okay, it looks like a little tape, right? You press on that, it's going to come over to this screen. There's a few ways that you can move this little screen here. This is basically like a cassette tape, or I'm not sure if you're familiar with what a cassette tape is, but it's basically your song. Okay, this is like the location of your song. Basically, you can fast forward, you can backtrack here on your song. Okay, if you have a look over here, you're gonna see these little markers here. Okay, these little markers here are what we call the bar markers of the song. Okay, there's a few ways that you can navigate this. As you can see, I'm spinning here the blue knob. You can go left and right. You can also use the arrows down here. If you press and hold, you're going to move back and forth. Or my preferred method is you can hold Shift and press the left and right arrows. You're going to scroll left and right exactly on the bar markers. Okay. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go over to our instrument screen right here, the synth button, okay? Make sure that you are on number 1 and make sure number 1 is pianistic here. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little sequence here. What is a sequence? A sequence is just a bunch of notes that we put into the OP-1, it's gonna save into the memory, and then we can easily play them back, okay? This little button right here, this is the sequencer button. You're gonna press on that button, and don't worry, your screen might look a bit different from mine, so let's fix that. How do we do that? I want you to press and hold Shift, and then press the sequencer button. Boom, you're gonna come over to this list here, okay? Using the blue knob, you're gonna scroll up and down until you get to this little endless here, okay? This is the endless sequencer. Let's get out of this screen by pressing down on the blue knob. That's right, these knobs can also be pressed. You pressed on the knob, boom, it's gonna come over here. Now your screen may still look a bit different from mine. Yours is probably saying something here, or there's a big 0 here. Okay, but that's okay, don't worry about it. This one is because I have something else saved in the OP-1. But we're gonna start from scratch, right? So what do we do to start from scratch? I want you to hold down Shift button, and then you press anything on your keyboard, okay? Just randomly press any notes, okay? Let go of Shift. Now, pay very close attention. You see this button right here, this key. You see this 1, 2, 3 black, and then there's 1, 2 black, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. These black color here, they are basically the chromatic keys, okay? I'm gonna call that. This key right here to the left of these two here, right? This key right here, this is what we call the middle C, okay? This is like your landmark on the keyboard, okay? Whenever you say middle C, this is what it is, okay? You're gonna press and hold the middle C button. Okay, so that is a little sequence. Okay, now you say, well, the sequence played too slow. You can control the speed of the sequence right here. It's in this blue knob. You see the numbers here are changing. Don't worry about what these numbers here mean, but basically they are time signature. Okay, we call this a time signature, but don't worry too much about them right now. Just make sure they are on 1/4. Spin this blue knob until it says 1/4. Okay, the sequence that you have just made, it's saved on your OP-1. You can just press and hold the middle C button to play them back whenever you want. Then you say, well, what happens if I press another key? It works too, okay? But if you want the exact sound that you recorded into the sequence, you're gonna press middle C here to play back exactly the exact same songs, the exact same notes that you recorded, okay? Remember, this is the middle C, okay? Basically what you're gonna do right now is I want you to press and hold the Shift button. This big red color 0 is gonna show here. Okay, make sure you are on 1/4 here. Press and hold the Shift button, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little chord progression. So what is a chord progression? It's just a bunch of chords put together, okay? What is a chord? A chord is basically just 3 notes or more, okay? 3 notes or more is a chord, okay? Basically a chord is just that. It's just 3 notes or more played together, okay? So right now we're gonna play a little chord progression here. What we're gonna do is holding down the Shift, you're gonna press this key right here. Just follow my step-by-step here. You're gonna get it working in no time. Press this, and then still holding everything down, you're gonna press the right arrow key, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you are on the 4th step of this of your song. Okay, this is basically 1 bar of a song with 4 steps. Okay, you're gonna let go of that, but do not let go of the Shift key because you're still recording. If you let go of the Shift key, the recording is gonna stop. Okay, now the next key we're gonna press, it's gonna be this one right here. Okay, you're gonna press, hold it down, press the right key, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let go of the key. You are still on the big red 8 here, and we're gonna move on to our next key, which is this one right here. We're gonna press, hold it down, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it's on number 12. Now our next key is this key right here. You're gonna press and hold it down, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now We have reached on the number 16 here. This is the step number 16. We are safe to let go of the shift button. Just release the shift button. Great. So now we are done with our little 16-step sequence here. I'm going to play back and hear what it sounds like. Great, that sounds great. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the tape over here, boom, by pressing this little button. We're on the tape. What we're going to do right here, this is of course the recording, the play and the stop button. We're going to press on the stop button, boop, boop, boop. Make sure that we are at the very beginning of the tape here, okay? Now pay attention to these little numbers over here. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? This is a different thing from this, okay? This is the voice, your instrument slots. This is a different thing. These are the tracks on your tape, okay? This is track 1, track 2, 3, and 4. I want you to make sure that you are on track number 1 right now, okay? Press on track number 1, press the stop button again, make sure you're at the very beginning of the tape. You're gonna hold down the record button and then hold down the middle C button. You're gonna play this for a few seconds. Just follow with me. Great, we have played for a few seconds. I'm gonna stop the recording right here. Okay, I'm gonna press pause. I'm gonna press the stop button again so that I go back to the very beginning of the tape. And basically, we have done a 16-step sequence, right? If you go back to the little sequence here, you're gonna say this number 16 here. This means our song right now has 16 steps. And if you remember, we are on a time signature of 1/4. What does it mean? It means that 16 divided by 4, that is 4. Right? So if we go back to the tape here, basically what it means is that our song so far has 4 bars here. Okay, remember I explained, if you hold down shift and you press the right key, you're gonna move through the bars of your song. Okay, our song has 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. All these other length of recording here, this is just X's. We don't need them. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use this little scissor button right here to cut this. Okay, we're gonna separate the sections. Now if you move back and forth on your tape here, you're gonna notice that the tapes, the blue and the red here has been separated into 2 different sections, right? This is one section of the tape, this is another section. I'm gonna go over to this X's part here that I do not want. I'm gonna press this up arrow button right here. Okay, this arrow button here is basically the Control X on your computer, or your Command X if you're on Mac. Okay, this will cut this section of tape and put it into the memory. Okay, right now it's in the memory. If I go over to the front here, I can press the down arrow to paste it. You get what I mean? But right now I do not want to paste, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go over here. Oops. I'm going to go over to the beginning of my tape here. I'm going to press play and see if everything's okay. Great, I'm going to pause this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press stop again, go back to the beginning of the tape. I'm going to press number 2 here. Boop. Now I am on the second track, on the track number 2 of my tape. I'm going to go back into the sequencer, and I'm going to sequence in a new set of keys, a new progression here. What we're going to do, we're going to follow the same method as before. We're going to hold down shift. It's going to show the big red 0 here. And we're going to key in our notes. So basically we're going to press this key right here. This is the chord that we're going to do. This is called the C major chord. Okay, you don't have to worry too much about that right now. Just press this key right here, hold it down, and then press the arrow key once. Boom. Now it says number 2. You're going to release the key, and I'm going to press it again, and press the right arrow again. Let go of the key. Okay, that's the first bar of our song done. Going to move to our next bar. The next key that we're going to press is going to be this one right here. We're going to press, hold it down, press the arrow key once, boom, let go of the key, press the key again, right key once, boom, let go. Okay, number 8, that's 2 bars done. The next key in our progression is this one right here. We're going to press it down, press the right key once, let it go, press it down, press the right key once, let it go. The next note on our progression is this one right here. We're going to press and hold it down, 1, let go. Press 1, let go. Great. So that's our next progression that we're doing here. I'm going to go back to the tape, make sure I am on track number 2 at the very beginning of the tape right here. I'm going to hold the recording down, and I'm going to hold the middle C key down until the 4 bars are done recording. That's it. I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to press and hold shift. I'm going to go back here to the ending of my 4-bar song. I'm going to press the scissor key to cut the excess off, lift it off. Great. I'm going to press the stop button to go back to the tape, to the beginning of the tape. I'm going to press on track number 3. Okay, going back into the sequencer, we're going to sequence in the next set of notes. Press and hold down the shift key. It shows the big red 0. And now I want you to pay very close attention because this is very important. The sequence that we're gonna key in right now is a little bit different from what we have done so far. Okay, you're gonna press and hold the middle C key and then press the arrow key 2 times. 1, 2. Okay, it's gonna be showing the big red 3 here. You're gonna let go of the key and then you're gonna press it once. Boom. Okay, now it shows number 4. We're gonna move on to our next note, which is this one right here. Okay, press and hold. 1, 2, release, press. Next is gonna be this one. You're gonna press and hold. 1, 2, press. And the last one is gonna be this one right here. I'm gonna press and hold. 1, 2, release, press. And now we're back to 16. Okay, we're gonna go back to the tape. Make sure I am at the beginning of the tape, track number 3 select, and I'm going to hold record. And by the way, when you're recording, you don't have to keep on holding the record button. You can just press and hold the record button. Press the middle C key to start recording and then release the recording button. Okay, that just makes it a little easier. I'm going to hold down the record. I'm going to press the middle C. Alright, we have reached the end of our little song here. I'm going to go over here, remove the excess, boom, great. So now you might want to ask, well, the song plays, it's all very nice and good, but when you get to the end, the song just keeps going and there's no ending and it's just awful. So how can we get it to loop? Well, I'm going to press the stop button, go back to the beginning of the tape. And if you see over here, number 3 here, this little icon here, here's the loop icon. You can use this to turn on and off looping. So how does looping work? Well, you have to set a start point. That's this number 1 in. Okay, you press in. This is the starting point of your loop. Now I'm gonna go to the end of my loop. Okay, I'm gonna press out. Boom. Okay, so that we created our little loop with that. Okay, now we can turn on and off the loop by using number 3 here. Okay, I'm going to leave it on. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, what we're going to do right now, I'm going to go back to the beginning of my tape. I'm going to go to track number 4. Okay, now you might ask, yeah, well, that's very cute and all, but I don't want to play the piano. I want to play a bunch of other different stuff. Okay, well, I'm going to show you how to add drums, okay, to your little music. Okay, basically what we're going to do, if you see this button right here, this here is the drum machine button. Remember this squiggly line is the synth engine, the instruments button, right? This here is the drum button. You can, if you just press over here, you're gonna go over to the drum screen. Now, your screen may look a little different from mine, but don't freak out. We're gonna solve this, okay? Okay, so now if I hold down the little, my best friend over here, my little speech bubble button here, I'm going to find out that I am on slot number 1, and my instrument here is called ISO X, my drum, right? I am on slot number 1, which is this one right here. I'm gonna hold down Shift and press number 1, boom. We're gonna go back to that list. Okay, this is the exact same list, but it's for drums. Okay, you have a little synthetic, like artificial drums over here, and you have more realistic drums here. I'm gonna go to drum. Okay, and I want you to choose this called ISO EX here, ISO X here. Okay, press down on the bash button. Boom, you are now in ISO X. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do. Okay, that sounds great. How do we put that in our song? Well, you're gonna go over to this little sequencer button. Okay, now your screen here may look a little different from mine, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna hold Shift, okay, and then turn the blue knob clockwise forever. Just turn it for a little while. Boom, great. Your song is now clear. Your little drum sequence here is clear. Okay, what you're gonna do, if you have a look over here, you're gonna see that I have this little white theme over here, this little white square here. This is my cursor. Okay, I'm gonna move my cursor all the way to the very beginning of the sequence here, which is the first little dot. Okay, and the little gray knob here basically controls the length of your drum sequence. Okay, right now for this guide, I want you to move the little to turn the little gray knob until you have exactly 2 rows of little dots here. Okay, this just basically means that this sequence is going to fit into our song perfectly well. All right, basically what we're going to do, if you play the instrument, you're not going to hear anything. That's because the sequencer is turned on. You can turn off the sequencer by pressing this button again. Okay, I press over here, sequencer is turned off. Now I can hear sounds. Great. If I turn on the sequencer again, I cannot hear any sound. Or actually I can, but this is a whole nother story. Right now I want you to just make sure you press on this first key right here. Boom. That's gonna go back to our little sequence that we started working on right here. Okay. This is just different ways that you can save and store your sequences. But right now we're just gonna work with this one right here. Just press on this key, the first key on the keyboard, then follow the steps, holding down Shift, move the blue key until you clear all of that, until there's no white dots in the middle here. You're gonna move the gray knob until you have exactly 2 rows of dots here. Then we're gonna hold down the Shift key and you're gonna press the kick button. Great. Okay, let go of the Shift. If you hold down Shift, means you are recording your instrument. Okay. Now using the blue knob, do not hold down Shift. Using the blue knob, you're gonna move the cursor all the way down until here, the second row, the first little item here on the second row. Hold down Shift and press the snare button. Great. So that's a very simple little sequence. Now if you press and hold down the first item on the keyboard, the first key on the keyboard, you're gonna hear your little sequence. Great. We're going back to the tape. Boom, screen. Okay, make sure you are on track number 4. Press stop until you go back to the beginning of the tape. Hold down record button and press the first key on the keyboard. Okay, now before you do that, notice that I have made a tiny mistake here. Okay, what is my mistake? Oh my God, how do I fix this? Okay, my mistake is like this. I personally do not like to record with the loop enabled. Okay, I have my reasons. Okay, but with experience you will understand and you just know the little stuff that you like or don't like about OP-1. But anyway, what I do not like to do is I do not like to record with the loop turned on. How do I fix this? I'm already holding down the record key. It's okay. You want to cancel this recording, you just let go of the record button. No harm done. There's nothing set in stone. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the loop, because I simply don't like recording with loop enabled. Now I'm gonna record. I'm gonna hold down the record button and I'm gonna hold down the first key of my keyboard here. Great. As usual, I'm gonna trim off the excess. Boom. I'm gonna turn my loop back on, and now I'm gonna bask in the glory of my little loop. So that was it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and take care.